So the colors that you see here in the middle of the channel are what are called chakras. The Hindus called them chakras, but they have different names in different cultures. In Western culture, we call them energy centers. And these energy centers are really just a group of nerves that are bundled together at that point in the spinal column. So we have these nerve bundles that happen along our spinal cord from the tailbone up to the top of the head. And where those nerve bundles are is where information from the field is coming in to there, into the channel. So energy is siphoning in and out of these channel or in these vortexes, and it's the energy's running up and down our spinal column, up and down this hole that's through the middle, which is a channel, which is our spirit. So this channel is our spirit. These chakras are vortexes. It's a vortex. You can also think of it as a portal. And the reason why it's a portal is because it's a way to get in and out of the body. It's an opening. And it kind of looks like, the way I drew it up here on the crown, it is kind of like this spinning energy that's kind of like, think of a tornado spinning in, but then it kind of goes into a cone. Okay, so the energy is spinning. They're wheels, spinning wheels of energy. And as it goes to the cone is the opening in. So if this is our channel, that would be the energy going in. And if the chakra is open, then it's letting the energy in. Now, if the chakra is blocked, energy isn't going in. So our channel isn't receiving energy in through that portal. There's a blockage. And the thing that blocks these chakras from transmitting energy are the things in our auric field that are dense and heavy and causing us some sort of emotional pain or grief, even if it's in the dark, in the unconscious mind. So 95% of our mind is here in our auric field, in our unconscious mind. We are not aware of what is happening in this field. It is only 5% of our conscious mind that we are aware of at any given point in time. And that means being in the present moment. When we are in our conscious mind and we are being in complete awareness in the moment, we are in the present moment. So when we talk about being present, it means being aware consciously of the field around us and the information coming in. And that is only happening 5% of the time. Our unconscious mind is here in the dark, which means as the energy flows in to our brain is the processor. So it's like a computer processor. So up here, behind our third eye, we have our brain. And our brain processes the information in the unconscious mind. So when we bring something into the brain reads the data and it sends signals down into the body telling the body what to do. Each one of these glands each one of these chakras is a gland, an endocrine gland in the body. So when the information comes in through the chakra, it sends information to that gland, and that gland then is producing fluids, hormones through the bloodstream, and then that's how information is traveling from the outside to the inside. So when we bring the information out of the dark into the inside, we are bringing the information into the light. So when we bring the information into our brain for our brain to process, we have now brought the information to the light, and the brain can read it. So the brain area becomes our conscious mind. And it's really more like in this channel. Kind of how I want to look at it is this channel, our spirit, is our conscious mind. When we bring that information from the dark into our spirit, it now has come to the light. Because our spirit is light. And the reason why these chakras are colored the way they are is because energy flowing has frequency, and the lighter the energy, the different color variations in the rainbow, because the rainbow is a spectrum of light. This, when our chakras look like this, it is through that through the colors of the rainbow that start to reflect and make white light. So our upper three chakras, the throat, the third eye, and the crown, are considered our spiritual chakras. They are lighter and less dense in energy. They have a positive energy to them. So in our throat chakra is a positively charged energy. It represents the masculine, and it has a positive charge. Down here in our lower chakras, our lower world, our root and our solar plexus have a negative charge to them. And this is very significant because when the energies start blending together from the solar plexus into the heart chakra, and then from here into here, they start to blend. And where they blend together is in the heart center, where you have both a blend of positive and negative energies that create the heart center, which the heart is the soul. And it's through the energies coming out of the heart chakra back out into the field that is unity consciousness when we have this perfect blend of positive and negative energies. So one of the keys to healing is to create an environment in your throat chakra full of positive energy and open up your heart. When the heart starts radiating out its energy, you have unity consciousness, okay? So you can see the symbolism here, okay, and see where the cross came from. People in the ancient times were seeing this field and seeing this in people's body, and this is why the symbolism was drawn, because of what was going on right here inside of our body. And so the stories that were told are stories to help us understand how the mind and the body work, and how there's this higher intelligence and energy at play here that is holding it all together. And when you start creating disturbances in this field, it starts sending in messages into the brain to be processed, and then the brain tells the body what to do. And if the messages in the mind are negative, it's going to tell the body to do things negatively. And the brain is going to tell the body what to do through the central nervous system. Up here would represent the future. Down here would represent the past. And right here in the middle would be the present moment. Which means you will only achieve this. So really we could say our conscious mind is more here. Because you can only achieve that by being in the present moment. When we're in the present moment, we are aware of the information coming in, and we are feeling it in our heart center, and we are expressing ourselves through our heart center. When we become sick or have illness or disease, it's because something in our field is out of balance. There is an imbalance between what's happening out here in the mind and what's processing in the body. There's a connection there, and something is disturbing the connection. And when you don't have harmony, you are not at ease, which is what a dis-ease is. So I'm going to give you an example, a real life example. So one of the stories I always told myself in my mind, because I had stage 4 thyroid cancer, and the story I heard was over and over again, because I had so much trouble losing weight, and I deal with weight issues because I don't have a thyroid. And the story that played over and over out here in my field was, I can't lose weight because I don't have a thyroid. So the information is coming into the brain that says she can't lose weight because she doesn't have a thyroid, so hold on to weight. So the brain tells the body, hold on to everything because she doesn't have a thyroid. So in order to change the story, I started repatterning the story in the mind. So now I tell myself that I am healthy, that I say, I am healthy, I have a thyroid, I lose weight easily, I am my desired weight. I say these affirmations because they reprogram that old way of thinking, which is an old paradigm way of thinking that was causing harm to the process and the systems within my body, to now a story that says that basically I'm telling my body I have a thyroid and it is healthy. I was limiting myself by the way I was thinking, and it's about finding those stories and erasing the stories of the past and bringing yourself into the present moment and living from this present moment, which is your heart space. And the reason you want to live from this space is because this is where we have unity consciousness. This is where we have both positive and negative energies perfectly blended together to create unity. When we're out always thinking with our monkey mind from up here, or we're thinking from the mind down here, it is being proven more and more every day that we have a second brain in our gut, which is the information coming into these lower chakras from here. We want to move to a unified way of thinking and believing. We have been programmed to believe certain things and to think that things just are the way they are and that we don't have control over them. And that is not true. This right here at the heart, your heart is your power. This is your power right there. And when we give our power away to other people, to corporations, to distractions, to old limited thoughts and beliefs, we are giving our power, pieces of our heart away to other people, places, events, situations. And that is disrupting the balance of these positive and negative energies within our field. So when we repattern our thinking and we start remembering that it all starts from what's out here in the darkness, and we start doing what's called shadow work. Shadow work is bringing the things that are out here in the darkness into the light of the heart and healing it. And we heal it with acceptance. That is what heals. Acceptance is love, and only love from the heart can heal something that is not at ease within our field. So we bring it in to the heart center from the outside in, and we do the healing work within. This is how you get to the root of why a pattern is playing out over and over again in your life, and you can't figure out why. Why you always choose a partner who doesn't meet your needs. Maybe you're always choosing the same type of person over and over again, and you can't seem to find that one that really fills your soul, that really fills your heart. Well, it's because you need to look at something There's a pattern here in this field that's disturbing you opening this heart. And until you open this heart, you're going to keep bringing in the same cycle of people until you see it and bring it to the light and see what it is that is stopping you from meeting all these people. I know someone personally who cycles through people they're dating a lot. And it's because this person is unwilling to go into the heart space and heal and bring to the light the thing that happened to this person back in high school, which was 25 years ago, because he isn't ready to accept what happened to him 25 years ago. When he can accept and forgive and find love for the situation, that the heartbreak that he experienced, he will stop cycling through people looking for something he's never going to find. Because each person that comes in is just playing a part to show him where the block is within his heart. And until he sees it and accepts it, he's just going to keep replaying this pattern over and over and over again until one day he finally acknowledges where the cycle comes from, and he acknowledges the pain that he's carrying around in his heart. And when he sees that pain and he allows it to process through, and he loves the pain and he sends it love and forgiveness and accepts what happened to him, he will continue to do this pattern over and over again. And if he doesn't figure this out by the end of his life, if that doesn't manifest something further, because anytime we're carrying around this type of pain, it's disrupting processes and systems in the body. So if he doesn't handle this, eventually what will happen as he ages more and more and more, and now only 25 years have gone by, but pretty soon another 20 will go by, and for 45 years his body has had this block in the heart that will physically manifest into some sort of heart disease or blood pressure issue or something that has to do with the heart, because he was unwilling to look at the heartbreak and process it. So it's been disrupting his field, and he lost his power to it, and he turned off all of his emotions. The way to heal that is to turn them back on and take your power back by bringing it to the light. It is really that simple, bringing it out of the unconscious mind into the light of the conscious mind, feeling it with your heart and letting go of it. That's how it starts and progresses throughout life. Now, this is happening on lots of different levels, lots of different places, depending on, and we can use these chakras to really build out a story of how it has affected us, because each chakra represents an endocrine gland, and then organs, and then systems in the body. And so when systems aren't working properly, we can then work backwards to figure out where that comes from. So in my own healing process, knowing I had stage 4 thyroid cancer, I knew my huge block was right here between throat and heart, which is for a lot of people. If you're a truth seeker and truth speaker, and you're somebody who's a rebel and you just know truth and you can call bull crap when people are lying, and you know that something's blocked in your throat, you probably have the same block here, and it manifests as thyroid issues, it manifests as gum and teeth issues, manifests as throat issues, as phlegm issues in the throat, hearing issues, taste issues, smell issues. These are all related to throat chakra. And when we have a block here, because we're not speaking our truth, we're not living in purpose of who we really are, that throat will keep, or that block in that throat will keep manifesting and manifesting and manifesting until it cannot do anything more than give you a physical illness so that you will look at it. And it took me getting cancer and then years and years of research and figuring out where it's connected to finally say, okay, I cannot heal in the same environment that made me sick. So my alternative is to stay miserable and probably get sick again. That's why cancer reoccurs and comes back, because we didn't fully learn the lesson that was trying to show us something to begin with. Anytime we experience pain or illness, it's a message from the body saying, you need to make a change. And the severity of that illness is the severity of how badly you need to make the change. Stage 4 cancer is pretty severe, so it was saying, make a change. It took me some years to figure out that I needed to change my environment, because I was never going to heal in the same environment that made me sick. And the second I made changes to my environment, I looked at my partner, I looked at my job, I looked at everything in my life and decided, where was I unhappy? Because I need to change something. And I started making these shifts and changes and shedding more and more and more of these layers of garbage that were in my auric field that I had collected. And the more and more garbage I was collecting in my life, the further and further I was getting away from the essence of who I truly was. And the essence of who I truly was emanating right here in my heart center. I wasn't living in truth to who I was. I didn't feel like I could be me and be accepted by society and the people in my life. And so we stay small and we try to stay hidden until we get pushed by life. Sometimes that's what it takes, is a circumstance pushing us. And when that circumstance pushes us and brings something like pain or illness, we need to look at that pain and illness as an opportunity, because it's an opportunity to take our power back, is what it is. The universe isn't giving us pain so that we will suffer. We are the ones that are causing our own suffering. We are choosing to suffer because we are choosing not to acknowledge our power, which is our heart. And the ability that is right there in our heart center is the ability to love unconditionally. And we are taught in society to love with conditions. And you have to release all of the conditions and release the expectations in order to fully come into your heart center and open that heart center, open your soul up to the beauty of what life offers you. Because when you do, you realize that you have the power right here in your heart to manifest anything you want. But you cannot manifest anything with a heart that is completely blocked off, because now you no longer have power. And the beauty of all of this is most of us have to lose our power to then gain the strength to take it back. And when we take it back through our own self-healing journey, we now are coming into a place of our own power, and we're shining our power, and we're able to empower other people to take back their power. And this is how you heal on every level. When you are just healing an illness by going to the doctor and receiving treatment or taking pharmaceutical drugs, which, yes, there are circumstances where that is highly important and needed, because if you didn't, you would die in that moment. But they should not be used as long-term fixes if there is an option to get off of something and to fix all of this. It should be a temporary band-aid while you figure this out, so that later you can remove yourself from that course of treatment. Because this is, when you come into this, you're high vibration. As you release and let go of things, you're raising your vibration, which means you are turning all of the darkness into light, and you are shining light. You can't shine light when you're inundating your body with low frequency energies, which are chemicals. So when we're eating low density food and we're taking prescription drugs that are of low density, we're bringing our vibration down. But there are circumstances where you may need to do something like that in the meantime while you fix this stuff. And then slowly you will be able to release the need for some of that Band-Aid stuff while you're healing on every level. Because this does not happen overnight. This takes work and it takes time. It takes years of self-development and making changes and sacrifices and letting go of processes and habits that we've been doing for all of our life. For some of us, those are habits we've been doing for 50 years. So yes, that takes time. It takes 21 days to create a new habit. If you're going to change a daily habit, it's going to take you at least 21 days to change that habit. But some of these habits we've been doing for lifetimes, and so it does take time and it takes dedication. And the beautiful thing is the progress that you watch yourself transform into is amazing, because it's like you are transforming. You are transforming from that caterpillar to that butterfly throughout your journey, and people will notice. It will be a noticeable thing, and your health will get better and better and better. Then it will become more of like a maintenance thing. Like you won't want to do these low vibrational things anymore, because you realize how good you feel when you're in higher vibration. I hope that you got out of this what I was trying to convey, which is this is a system that works together. And through our ancient teachings and writings, they were trying to show us through stories how this process works. So go into things with an open mind and open yourself up and allow you to go inside, because this kind of stuff, I didn't really learn any of this from in a book. This came from inside of me. But like putting all this together, I didn't get that from a book. It happens from going within and learning from your inner self. You have a higher self because we are a multi-dimensional being. Each one of these chakras, as it goes higher and higher, are different dimensions. And I will do videos on that in the future, because it's fascinating how we are a microcosm of the universe, and this is the exact same thing is happening on a larger scale. And these are different dimensions. We're multi-dimensional. We have lots of dimensions inside of us. We have a lot of portals inside of us. When we open these things and we open our mind to this information, we start remembering this because we already know this. It's embedded inside of our soul. We actually can change our DNA. This environment in our auric field changes our DNA. So over time, if this is muddled up and there's a lot of bad energy in here, it will start to negatively change your DNA. If you are removing the negativity, it will start changing your DNA differently. And that is how you change yourself and change your future generations. So it all starts with us first going within and healing on an individual level. And when we heal individually, we are also healing the world. And it's going to take all of us to go on our own self journey to go within to heal ourselves. I hope that this made sense to you. If you have comments or questions, please leave them below in the comment section, and I cannot wait to bring you more information like this in the future. So have a blessed and beautiful day, and so it is.